Welcome to News Hour on Some TV, the pulse of the nation. You can follow us on Facebook at Some TV and on YouTube at Some TV Live. Now the major headlines. The 6 area council chairmen in the FCT have agreed to fortify 10% of their internally generated revenue for 6 months to settle outstanding salaries and allowances owed to public school teachers. The Federal University of Kashara, Gombe State will confer degrees on 6,870 graduates during its combined 6th to 9th convocation, with 91 in first-class honors. We mourn the passing of legendary Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Rufai, a giant of Nigerian football and a 1994 AFCON champion. I am Esther Oka-Steven with the news info. The 6 area council chairmen in the FCT have agreed to fortify 10% of their internally generated revenue for 6 months to settle outstanding salaries and allowances owed to public school teachers. The decision followed a meeting convened by FCT Minister Nyesom Wike with the Nigerian Union of Teachers, the National Association of Nigerian Students, and the council chairman to resolve a teacher strike that has lasted over 3 months. The committee was also set up to address remaining demands within 2 weeks. The NUT is expected to meet and decide on calling off the strike. The Federal University of Kashara, Gombe State will confer degrees on 6,870 graduates during its combined 6th to 9th convocation, with 91 in first-class honors. Vice-Chancellor Professor Umar Pete revealed that 1,899 graduates achieved second-class upper, 3,917 in second-class lower, and 960 received third class, and 3 graduates with a pass. Highlighting a gender gap, he noted that 4,871 male and 2,079 females graduate. Pete also praised the federal government's Nigerian Education Loan Fund, from which over 8,000 students have benefited, receiving more than 1 billion naira in support. The convocation will also include honorary degrees and academic award. The tragic news was confirmed on Thursday via the ex-handle of Super Eagles, saying, "We mourn the passing of legendary Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Rufai, a giant of Nigerian football and a 1997 AFCON champion," the post read. "Your legacy lives on between the sticks and beyond. Rest well, Peter Rufai." Fondly known as Dodo Mayana, Rufai died on Thursday following an illness. He was best known for his role in the Super Eagles squad that claimed victory at the 1994 Super Cup of Africa nation. Rufai's contribution to Nigerian football have left a lasting legacy, with fans and former teammates mourning the loss of a true icon of the sport. The Lagos State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, has urged private sector players and non-governmental organizations to invest in youth and women-led innovation, highlighting creativity as a vital tool for economic and social advancement. Speaking at the 2025 World Creativity and Innovation Day held at the Wepa Skills Acquisition Centers, Ishiri Dada said creatively drive entrepreneurship, technology, and society resilience. She praised Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's support for Wepa's training initiative, describing the program as hub for talent development. Also speaking, Joy Ikpe, founder of the Leadership Challenge Foundation, encouraged students to build confidence and clearly communicate the value of their skills, stressing that vocational abilities remains valuable throughout life. At least 4 people have died in recent flooding incidents across Gombe State, prompting the State Police Command to issue a public safety warning. The victims, mostly children and youth, drowned in rivers, erosion sites, and unprotected water channels in Akko, Kwame, Fanakia, and Yamartu Daba local government area following heavy rainfall. Police spokesperson DSP Buhari Abdullahi described the incident as unavoidable and urged residents to stay away from open water bodies, especially during the raining season. He called on parents, schools, and community to take preventive measures, including erecting barricades and reporting dangerous sites to authorities. Former President Shahid Bashir Ahmed has confirmed that ex-President Muhammadu Buhari is receiving medical treatment but dismissed reports claiming he is critically ill or in intense care. Ahmed states that the 18-year-old is stable, responding well to treatment, and expected to recover. He thanked supporters for their prayers amid widespread speculation following unverified report that Buhari had been hospitalized in London. The nature of his illness remains undisclosed. The Independent National Electoral Commission has received 12 additional applications from associations seeking registration as political parties, bringing the total of 122. INEC stated it is processing the applications transparently and urged group to maintain consistent leadership and contact details to avoid delays. Some applications were flagged for infractions including duplicate acronyms, missing keys officers, and inconsistent details. INEC also released supplementary regulations guiding results review under Section 65 of the Electoral Act 2022 and reiterated that all applications will be evaluated in line with existing laws and guidelines. Stakeholders in the Kontagora Emirate of Niger State have held an emergency security summit in response to escalating banditry, including a recent deadly attack that claimed the lives of over 20 soldiers. Conveyed by the Speaker of the Niger State House of Assembly, Abdul Malik Sarukin Daji, the summit aimed to devise effective strategies after conventional efforts failed to curb the violence. The emirate, comprising 6 local governments, has faced repeated attacks, forcing many residents and farmers to flee. The summit, scheduled at the Emir of Kontagora's palace, seeks to unite community leaders and residents in developing solutions to resolve peace and security. The Taraba state government has dismissed rumor that Deputy Governor Alhaji Aminu Alkali has been replaced, clarifying that the recent posting of Dr. Emmanuel Lawson to the Deputy Governor's office is purely administrative. The government emphasized there is no vacancy and condemned misleading social media reports, urging the public to support unity and verify information before sharing.
Good evening and welcome to this emergency press conference. This conference is being conducted to clear certain misconceptions regarding the posting of the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor, to the Office of the Deputy Governor to oversee the general administration of that office. So I have a very small text here that I would like to read through. I welcome you all to this important press conference called to address a matter that has recently generated unnecessary tension and misleading narratives in some quarters of our dear state, following the posting of Dr. Emmanuel Lawson Hassan, the Deputy Chief of Staff, to oversee the administrative coordination of the Office of the Deputy Governor due to the prolonged absence of His Excellency Alhaji Alkali Abubakar Aminu on health grounds. Let me begin by reaffirming that His Excellency Governor Agbo Kefas remain unwaveringly committed to transparency, inclusion, and unity in the governance of Taraba State. The governor's policies and appointments have consistently reflected the diversity of our people across ethnic, religious, and geographical lines. The posting of Dr. Emmanuel Lawson Hassan, a dedicated public servant, seasoned administrator, university don, and loyal member of this government to oversee the office of Deputy Governor, is purely an administrative necessity made in good faith and entirely devoid of religious, ethnic, or political sentiment. It is neither a replacement nor a usurpation of the Deputy Governor's mandate. Rather, it is a stopgap measure to ensure that the office continues to function effectively in the interests of good governance and service delivery to the people of Taraba State. However, it has come to our attention that certain individuals and groups, motivated by mischief, personal interest, or perhaps political desperation, have deliberately misinterpreted this posting and are attempting to give it a religious coloration. This is regrettable and must be condemned by all well-meaning Tarabans. Let me state categorically clear that 1. Dr. Emmanuel Lawson Hassan's appointment has nothing to do with religion. 2. It is not a permanent substitution but a temporary administrative oversight of duties within the office. 3. His Excellency the Governor remains in constant communication with the Deputy Governor and his family and continues to pray and hope for his full recovery. We must resist the temptation to politicize or religiously weaponize every action of government, especially at a time when Taraba State is making unprecedented strides in security, education, healthcare, infrastructure, and youth empowerment under Governor Agbo Kefa's visionary leadership. Our unity must remain sacrosanct. Our diversity is our source of strength, not a weakness to be exploited. We therefore urge political actors, religious leaders, and community stakeholders and all citizens to rise above divisive tendencies and continue to support the government's inclusive agenda. The administration of Dr. Agbo Kefas will not be distracted. We remain focused on delivering good governance and ensuring that no part of Taraba State is left behind. Thank you very much for listening. There are a few questions for clarification, and I would like to add further that as it is, since the Deputy Governor had this accident and is still recuperating from the hospital, the activities of government, especially that pertains to the Office of Deputy Governor, has remained stagnant. For example, it is well known that the Office of Deputy Governor supersedes or supervises the operations of the State Emergency Management Agency, that is SEMA, as well as the State Boundary Commission. But all activities of these agencies have kind of come to stagnated since the Deputy Governor has not been able to perform his function. So it is not good to just leave the system to remain like that. So the governor felt it is very, very important. And meanwhile, it is just a normal administrative posting. There is nothing to do with the issue of taking somebody's office or taking someone's power. It's only that it was magnified by the social media and it became something else. So I think these are the few clarifications I want to add to the text I've read. There are questions? Fine.
Any questions?
Gentlemen, I think the text was very clear.
The Taraba State Bishop Forum visited the newly elected CAN chairman, Reverend Father Dr. William Awoshiri, to congratulate him and express support. During the meeting, Father Awoshiri emphasized unity, collaboration among church leaders, political participation by Christians, and the church role in promoting peace. The visit ended with prayers for the church, state leadership, and the people of Taraba.
The chairman of the Bishops' Conference here in Taraba and the coordinator of the Charismatic Bishop Conference have spoken eloquently. And looking, all that you have said is all about unity. And that is the aim of CAN. And that is what we are also pursuing, to unite ourselves. And if we will have you on the same page, I think we will succeed.
Amen.
We will succeed. And I want to assure you that our doors are always open. Always. Please call on us. And we will always respond to your call. Any time of the day, any time of the week, please just call on us. You know, we are children. We could err. Sometimes it's on decisions. We are humans. And you know, but once you have your father behind you, when you commit a mistake or an error, he will call you and say, my son, my child, my son, yeah, what you did is this way, but you will have done it this way to be better, you know. So please and please beckon on us, especially there are moments that we have to take tough decisions and we have to stand on certain principles of the church. And if such decisions are taken in good faith, we would like your backing and your support for us to succeed. Because without the support of our fathers, we will definitely fail. And so we want to beg you to please, as we have spoken eloquently, support us, and then we will all move together on the same board. You know, Taraba State is quite complex in the sense that we are blessed. At the same time, we don't realize our blessings, you know, especially the ethnic nationalities we have. We are full of crisis left, right, and center. We live as bishops and as CAN, we can all come together to condemn some of these atrocities, especially among our Christian brothers, you know. Sometimes you discover Christians are loggerheads, you know, and so it's so confusing. If you want to talk about peace and unity, then among yourselves, you don't have that peace and unity, you know, you discover you'll be shooting yourself on the foot. So we need ourselves to always on our pulpits, to always encourage our people to embrace peace. There are differences will arise, but the best option is not war and violence, but dialogue. You know, once we sit at the round table, we can be able to achieve what Christ has mandated us.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has dismissed the ADC-led opposition coalition as a desperate alliance of failed politicians seeking relevance after losing grip on the PDP. He accused key figures such as David Mark, Atiku Abubakar, Dele Momodu, and Nasir El-Rufai of political opportunism in irrelevance. Echoing this sentiment, Edo APC Chairman Epro Jarrett Tenabe said ADC leaders Tom Ikemi, John Odiege Oyegun, and Osheriman Osoba lack electoral value in the state. Meanwhile, Edo PDP spokesman Chris Eniakere maintained that the party structure remains intact ahead of the August 16th by-elections and that the ADC poses no threat to its chances. Still from Edo State, report has it that the Edo State government has announced an internally generated revenue IGR of 52.6 billion naira between January and June 2025, reflecting a 46% increase from the 36.1 billion naira recorded during the same period in 2024. Executive Chairman of the Edo Internal Revenue Service, Otumba Oladele Bankole Balogun, disclosed this at the press briefing in Benin City, noting the figure represents an 89.5% performance against projections. He credited the growth to improve staff capacity, stakeholders' engagement, infrastructure upgrade, and compliance enforcement. The EIRS, he added, will intensify public enlightenment on the new tax reform law and continue expanding the tax net, focusing on high-income earners while leveraging technology to improve collection. We are heading into a brief commercial break, but don't go anywhere. What's coming up next will keep you on the edge of your seat.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way.
Welcome back. Report has it that Taraba State has emerged as the front runner in Nigerian subnational reform efforts by hosting a high-level Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council (PEBEC) town hall in Jalingo, where government officials, private sector leaders, and civil society stakeholders convened to accelerate businesses-friendly reform under the World Bank SEBA initiative. Some TV correspondents complete the report.
Taraba State took the spotlight in Nigeria's sub-national reform drive on Wednesday as it hosted a Presidential Enabled Business Environment Council town hall in Jalingo. The high-level engagement held at Fast Track Hotel conveyed public officials, private sector leaders, and civil society stakeholders to accelerate the state progress towards a more transparent and investing-friendly business environment. The event was part of the PEBEC National State Action for Business Enable Reforms, an initiative backed by the World Bank and designed to institutionalize ease of doing business standards across Nigerian states. Representing Governor Agbo-Kefas, Dr. Shadrach Enoch Adi, Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, reaffirmed Taraba's strong commitment to economic competitiveness and business reform. She stated that Taraba State is placing a private sector at core of its develop agenda. According to her, the SARF program is already dismantling source, enhancing internal agency, collaborating and digital service delivery. Taraba State, she affirmed, is an open business ready for investment.
It is with immense pleasure and a deep sense of honor that I stand before you today to warmly welcome the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC Secretariat, to our beautiful state, Taraba. Nature's gift to the nation. Your visit as part of the nationwide town hall and state engagement tour is not just a routine visit. It signifies a pivotal moment for our state economic development and reinforces the shared commitment to fostering a more vibrant and conducive business environment across sub-nationals.
In her keynote address, Princess Zara Mustafa, Director General of PEBEC, described the SABA framework as a vehicle for systematic reform and inclusive development. She emphasized that PEBEC is not merely a policy council, but a reform drive movement grounded in accountability and measurable impact. Through SABA, she said, states are being equipped with tools to initiate, track, and scale reform. The long-term goal, she added, is a positive Nigerian among the top 100 countries globally in the ease of doing business ranking.
We all know how important it is to publish all of this on the Taraba State's website. So just to jump on what she was saying, I was looking through the website because I have to look through all the websites before I come to do this talk on the LI6, and it wasn't easy to find some of these things, right? And so that's actually what's also changed, like how I'm going to be doing this presentation.
One of the event's key highlights was a panel on legal reform, during which Honorable Yakubu Maikasuwa, Taraba Commissioner for Justice and Legal Reform, underscored the importance of legal certainty in stimulating investment and enabling business activities. He noted that Taraba has reversed its business registration premises law to reduce ambiguity and streamline process. According to him, investors' confidence is rooted in the clear regulation legally certain, he stated. It's not a luxury but a fundamental requirement for economic process.
Apart from the brilliant submissions of the digitized, I want to add that not only in the area of creating enabling environment for businesses, it is easy to even access funds in Taraba State. With the excellent documentation in land registration, bankers here will confirm to you that
initiatives towards building a digitally enabled public sector. He explained that Taraba is developing a tech business economic built on blockchain technology, cybersecurity training, and the establishment of digital situation room to ensure responsive government. Innovation, he noted, is no longer a distant goal but a pressing necessity.
Prior to this administration, there was no ministry as Ministry of Digital Economy and Innovation in Taraba State. This ministry is just 2 years old now, and it was created by His Excellency Dr. Abuke Fass. Why? Because he saw the need for us to also move in pace in line with global practice in terms of ease of doing business, in terms of governance and all the likes. And so as a ministry and as a commissioner, when I came up on board, we tried our best to key into these policies of His Excellency because its impact cannot be quantified.
The town hall also features presentation on delivery-linked indicators and offer a platform for collaboration learning across sectors, including digital innovation, legal reform, and infrastructure readiness. Reporting for SOM TV, I am Faith Apollos Gideon Jalingo.
In a landmark move to strengthen its innovation ecosystem, Taraba State University, Jalingo, has hosted its first ever step-down workshop on intellectual property (IP). The one-day training, which conveyed key university stakeholders and engineering students, marked a strategic push towards fostering IP awareness, protecting creative output, and enhancing the institution's research impact. SOM TV correspondents complete the report.
Taraba State University, Jalingo, has taken a bold step in advancing innovation and academic excellence by hosting its maiden step-down training workshop on intellectual property. The one-day event brought together top university officials, including Vice-Chancellor Professor Sunday Paul Bako, the DVC, Professor Mahmoud H. Umar, directors, deans, heads of department, and selected students from the Faculty of Engineering. In his welcome address, Professor Mahmoud Hamidu Umar emphasized the importance of the workshop in building awareness and practical knowledge of IP rights, protection, and commercialization. He encouraged participants to cascade the knowledge gained in their respective faculties and departments, thereby enhancing the university's overall IP awareness and capacity. Delivering the keynote address, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Sunday Paul Bako, commended the initiative and stressed the university's commitment to fostering a culture of innovation. He noted that the workshop was designed to equip participants with essential knowledge and skills on IP management so they can, in turn, train others. Professor Bako highlighted the role of intellectual property in strengthening the university's academic brand, urging participants to incorporate the university's identity in their creative works. He proudly announced that 2 innovative projects from the university have been shortlisted as finalists for exhibition, a significant milestone that reflects the university's growing research and innovation capacity. He also revealed that the university's table water brand has received NAFDAC approval, describing it as a symbol of standardization, branding, and patent-worthy innovation. The event featured technical paper presentation by renowned scholars, including Professor Maxwell Kanu, Dean, Faculty of Science, Dr. Joseph Abutu, Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Jabire H. Adamo, HOD, electrical and electronics engineering. Their presentations explore the significance of various forms of intellectual property, including patents, copyrights, trademarks, and industrial designs, and emphasize the importance of protecting and commercializing research outputs. The speaker also discussed the strategic role of national institutions such as National Office of Technology Acquisition and Promotion in supporting universities and innovators. The workshop concluded with a call to action for all participants to serve as ambassadors of intellectual property education, promoting innovation, creativity, and legal protection of ideas within the university and beyond.
Still from Taraba State, in a bid to uphold examination integrity and boost morals of students and educators, the Taraba State Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Dr. Augustina Godwin, embarked on a monitoring tour across Yoro, Lao, and Ardokola local government area during the ongoing NECO 2025 examination. A visit marked by warm reception and historic feast reinforced the state's commitment to equality, education, and exam credibility. Some TV correspondent files in the report.
The Commissioner of Basic and Secondary Education, Taraba State, Dr. Augustina Godwin, monitored the conduct of National Examination Council (NECO) in Yoro, Lao, and Ardokola local government areas in the state. Received by the principals of GDSS Popule, GDSS Sanyoti, GDSS Mayolope, GDSS Iware, and GDSS Sibre, Dr. Godwin praised the principals for organizing the students to have the exams in a calm and conducive atmosphere. She urged them to sustain the morale and shun all forms of examinations malpractices that can undermine the standard of education in the state. She sued for continuous support for the free education policy of His Excellency Dr. Abu Kivas. The principals and students couldn't hide their joy to witness the presence of the Honorable Commissioner of Education in their school, which was the first in history. Dr. Godwin had an interaction with teachers so as to thank them for their valuable sacrifices. Dr. Godwin had an interaction with teachers so as to thank them for their valuable sacrifices, unwavering dedications, and to also encourage them to continue the good works they are doing for the benefit of the children and Taraba State at large.
Report has it that Delta State government has completed a major 2.75-kilometer urban road network in Asaba and is progressing on key rural road projects in Oko Amakon and nearby communities as part of its infrastructure development agenda. Commissioner for Work Ruben Izize praised Governor Sheriff Oborevori's dedication to quality infrastructure, highlighting the road's transformation of previously inaccessible areas. The Asaba Road includes integrated drainage linked to the city's stormwater system, while the rural Oko Amakom project, now 64.82% complete, is expected to improve agricultural transport. Contractors have been urged to meet global standards, and Governor Oborevori's commitment to completing both new and inherited projects has earned him the monarchical promise keeper. And as wrap up this edition of news are brought to you by Som TV. Do stay tuned for more lineup of programs from Som TV. You can follow us on Facebook at Som TV, on YouTube at Som TV Live. I am Esther Oka Steven. Stay blessed.